Welcome back to the show, guys. And before we get into it, we just wanted to take a moment of appreciation for all the crap that Ethan Winter's hands went through. Poor guy.
Well, there's no way we can top that. Roll the intro. Alright, with all of that out of the way, tell us about Resident Evil 8.
Well, Resident Evil 8 is part of the new trilogy of Resident Evil games. Obviously, it's the 8th mainline series game.
Makes sense.
But with 7, they kind of rebooted the franchise, and 8 is a direct continuation of the story they started there.
Okay.
In general, Resident Evil is a series that's been going on since, I think, 1997.
Ooh.
Developed by Capcom and considered by many as one of the grandfathers of the survival horror genre. The series has seen a lot of changes over its lifetime. I mean, a series with as many games as this, they had to, change it up quite a few times. And now it's kind of a first-person shooter / horror video game, survival horror.
Yeah.
7 was just an absolute, reimagining for the series, and it did a fantastic job. If you've played 7, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, the question is, did 8 continue that success?
It's a bit of a tricky question, because this is the first Resident Evil that I've ever played.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I find that very surprising.
I played the 2 remake for about 20 minutes.
What were your expectations coming in then? Because you've heard of the series, obviously.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. You play video games, you want to hear about Resident Evil.
And one of our friends is we'll call it a Resident Evil fanboy. You know we're talking about you.
Well, I knew it was going to be scary.
Yeah.
I knew there was going to be limited resources. And I've watched a little bit of 7, just in YouTube videos and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I know 7 was just creepy.
Yes.
I don't know what I was expecting. We played the demo.
Yes.
It continued that. It was creepy. It was in a castle. It was vampires.
Yeah. The demo was much more 7 than 8 turned out to be, I will say.
Yeah.
It was much creepier. I will say this. 8 wasn't what I expected. But that didn't make it a bad game.
No, 8, in a nutshell, amazing game.
Oh, absolutely. Like, if that's what you're here to find out, there you go. 8 is an amazing game. You will absolutely enjoy it.
They tried a little too much, I think. Which, it happens.
Yeah.
Because, alright, I don't want to spoil nothing.
Yeah.
So, you start off in the village. The village area, amazing. The werewolves, the surviving.
Yes.
Awesome. Then you go to the castle. Lady something. Lady D.
Yeah, I don't know how to say her name. The big vampire lady.
The big vampire, yeah. I call her Lady D. I can't pronounce her name.
Yeah.
That the castle scene, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, House Benevito, amazing.
That
Scary.
may be my favorite part of the game.
Yeah,
that whole area was more of a traditional Resident Evil style game. Very scary, limited resources, no guns at all, yeah. And you're just trying to survive.
It was like Saw or an escape room.
Yes.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, that was awesome. And then the next 2 areas just kind of went away from that. So the castle was very suspenseful because you had her chasing you and she'd pop up out of nowhere. And the house is creepy anyway.
Yes.
And then it just kind of moved away from that. You went to the lake with Mordau, however you pronounce his name. They had parts where he was chasing you, but it wasn't scary. I didn't like the lake area.
The farther the game went on, the less survival horror it became, and the more first-person shooter it became.
Yeah.
There was an abundance of resources. You had enough ammo to do whatever you wanted, which is not the typical Resident Evil method. It's more of the 4, 5, 6 Resident Evil method, more action-oriented. And basically, you could blow your way through this game. You could just shoot as many people as you wanted, and that's how the game is played a lot. There's a lot more hordes and stuff, a lot more enemies than your traditional Resident Evil, I think. But it was done very well. That was fun.
I enjoyed the first part more.
Mm-hmm.
The boss fight with Van Helsing guy, I can't remember his name.
Heisenberg.
Yeah, I call him Magneto. Metal guy.
Yeah.
That boss fight was amazing. There
was a lot of really good boss fights, I thought.
All the boss fights were cool. That one was like, even though the area sucked, or it didn't suck, it just wasn't as cool as the other ones.
Yeah.
Like the boss fight, it really nailed it, so...
Yeah, there was a bunch of very memorable moments in this game. The boss fight with the Benevito, or however you say that.
We had to chase the doll.
Yeah, that was cool. A very creative boss fight. Very creative. And there were a lot of moments in this game, gameplay and story-wise, that just nailed it. And there were a couple moments that were just, they kind of fell flat. But overall, the package was really good.
Yeah.
So basically, we covered most of the key points of the game, hit a lot of it. We could move on to characters. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah. First off, Ethan Winters is the dumbest protagonist I've ever seen in the game.
I didn't expect you to say that.
What, you didn't?
No.
I mean, yeah, his hands are invincible, but like, he never knows what's going on.
No, I'll agree.
The most overused line is, "What's going on here?" What is that? He never knows anything. And like, yeah, he probably didn't expect werewolves, but he should have expected something. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just oblivious to anything that's going on. People could love him. It's just my personal preference.
Yeah, I think that's a personal preference.
Yeah, like whatever. It's not a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? But then the other characters, Mia, she didn't play no one did, I don't think.
No.
But she didn't play as big a role in this one as the other one.
Yeah.
But as far as the antagonists, I was disappointed with the way they handled it, because you had Lady D. Her character was amazing, right?
Yeah, so she really was. They really fleshed her out.
Yeah, like, I don't know if it's because I played the demo, because she was in the sole focus of the demo.
Yeah, the maiden demo.
She had more lines than any other antagonist, I think, because there's 4 of them total, right?
Yeah.
They could have done more with that.
Yeah, so you're saying that they, like, really focused on her, and then after that you got a few more bosses, and there's no like, time spent, like,
no character development.
By the time you meet them, you're already fighting them.
Yeah, basically. There's no development.
I will say Heisenberg
a little bit.
Yeah. I really liked him as a character. I thought he was pretty cool.
Which, that was another point. Okay, so the doll, there can't be that much character development there.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more backstory. Because I didn't know who Angie or Don, you know what I'm saying? Like, they said their names. I'm like, who are that? Oh, it's the person you just killed. I had no idea. The Mordhau, that was just...
Yeah, he was weird.
Yeah, which... I mean,
that whole area was weird, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
But
then they get to Van Helsing, I call him.
Heisenberg.
Magneto.
Yeah, Magneto, that works.
His character was amazing. And they could have done so much more with that. Because... Like, I didn't like the area as much because it's a factory. I just get claustrophobic anyway, so I didn't like the factory. It
wasn't my favorite area, but he was one of my favorite bosses. I really enjoyed his personality.
Yeah. And they, like, you could have just got rid of the doll and got rid of Mordhau completely and just had more character development. Are you understand? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought when you got to the castle, that was going to be the whole area. I spent so much time exploring every little bit of that, and then to come to find out, it's only like a quarter of the game. Like,
well, how many other Resident Evils have we seen like that?
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, that kind of takes us to the story of Resident Evil, which is that it is all over the place.
All the time.
Ridiculous. Yeah. It's so hard to follow. And these normal people are becoming superheroes somehow. Like, Chris is like a half god, I think. I don't think it's...
I thought he was a werewolf by the cover.
Yeah, but like Ethan is, regenerating arms and stuff. You never, like, it is the most ridiculous story I've ever seen. And that is my one complaint with the Resident Evil series, is that, like...
It's over the top.
It's very over the top. And some people love that. And if you love that, great. I mean, this is your cup of tea, but it's too over the top.
Too many people, I think.
Yeah, it's too over the top for me. But the gameplay and stuff more than makes up for it, in my opinion. All right, let's just wrap it up, do our final thoughts. Okay. So, what is your opinion on Resident Evil 8? Are they heading in the right direction? Did you love this game?
Loved it.
You did love it?
Love this game.
Oh, see, you just nitpicked a lot, so I didn't think you were going to say that.
No, yeah, I love this game. Really? It was the first one I played, so, I mean, I really didn't have any expectations.
Yeah.
But even if it had a different name, like, you name it anything, like this just by itself was an amazing game.
I will agree. It wasn't what I expected after Resident Evil 7. I wanted more of a scary, suspenseful, less shooting game.
Yeah.
But the game was really good. I had a lot of fun. I played the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I absolutely beat everything. One final nitpick before we sign off here. In the map, like every time you explore a room, you can open the map and it'll tell you if you found everything or you didn't find anything.
Yeah.
My brain would not let me leave.
Oh, I know, yeah.
It extended the game so freaking long because as soon as I enter a room, I'm seeing if I have everything. I pick up one item, I see if I have everything now. I find one more item, I see if I have everything now.
Damn near wore out that button.
The map button. I was driving me nuts. I was like, I've got to find this. And then I walked around the courtyard in the castle for freaking 30 minutes before I had to Google where the herb was. Yeah. But that's just a completionist attitude.
I know exactly what you're looking for when you said that.
I probably would have beat the game in 6 hours. I ended up beating it in 10 because I looked at every crevice in that whole freaking village. But that just kind of reinforces my point that it's a really good game, because if it was a bad game, I wouldn't have given a shit about that.
One thing I forgot to mention was the music. The music was really good as far as like the way it sounded.
Mm-hmm.
My one gripe about it, and this is still nitpicking a little bit, is that I always knew when to expect something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
that wasn't just the music. If I came around a corner and there was an open area with some red barrels, I was like, all right, gunfight time.
They're loading me up on ammo and
yeah.
Yeah, and then
at the bottom of a hill, there's just an ammo dump. You know you're about to fight some people.
Or if I'm in a safe room, there's no music at all. But if I go in a hallway, like in the castle, I hear eerie music in the background.
Oh yeah, you know one of those vampires are on
or
your
the
trail.
Lady D. Yeah. So it's like I kind of, which I mean, it did give me added suspense, but also
as soon as you heard that music, you were like, okay, let me find a corner to hide in real quick, because you knew you had to.
Yeah. So I mean, small gripe, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that we can say any more about this game without spoiling everything about it. So
yeah, we already said quite a bit anyway.
Well, I mean, we gave us our thoughts. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. My name is Randy. This is Zach. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want more content. This was Amateur Game Review.
See you in the next video, guys.